Hey guys, welcome to Amy's Autopsy Report. My name's Amy. This video is going to be a review for Candyman, the new Candyman. Um, I went to see the movie last night as part of an early birthday outing, and man, you know what? I knew it was coming out, but I honestly hadn't followed it. I just assumed it was just going to be this remake and another remake, and so I didn't really look into it at all. I didn't know who was involved with it. Um, so I went into this movie completely blind. I had seen no trailers, I had watched no reviews. Like I said, I didn't investigate it at all. Um, so, I'm going to do my best to give you a decent review of this without spoiling anything because there's a lot of cool stuff in this film, and I don't want to ruin that for anybody else who's going into it blind. Um, so, the plot synopsis will be very basic because of that. Um, this, this movie was fantastic, I will say that. Here's what I liked about the movie. Well, let me get into the basic plot, I guess, first. So, the basic plot is you have this artist, and he is living with his girlfriend, and his girlfriend's an art curator, and so she's trying to help get him seen more, get his art seen. And he's doing these shows, and the people who are doing these shows are wanting him to do some more recent work. He's showing kind of the same old work over and over. Um, and his girlfriend's brother comes over, and they're having dinner or whatever, and he tells them the story of Candyman. And so he kind of tells him about Candyman, tells him about Cabrini Green, and the artist starts thinking about this more, and he decides he's going to go to Cabrini Green, the ruins of where it was, and take some photographs and hopefully get inspired to do some artwork. So he does some artwork. He makes this it's actually a really cool piece too, a really cool idea. I won't spoil that either because I think that was a fun, thing for me too, to see that art piece. He creates this art piece, and he prints out a paper saying that about the legend, like if you say his name 5 times in the mirror, Candyman will appear and kill you. So somebody comes to the art show. The art show goes over sort of okay. The art critic doesn't really like his work, and she's kind of doesn't say many good things about it. And then, of course, you have some people afterwards, or this girl who comes to see the artwork. She okay. So anyway, what happens is that the artist pisses off the guy who's running the art show, and he is kind of jokingly, mockingly going over the art piece. Him and his girlfriend, they're making out. This is after the place is closed down. And the girl wants to say Candyman in the mirror. And so they're making out, and she's the one saying it. And then we all know what happens. Candyman appears. So let me get into what I liked about this film. First, let me start off by saying I have never watched anything Jordan Peele has done. And this film isn't directed by Jordan Peele, but it was partially written by him, the screenplay. It was directed by a lady named Nia DaCosta, and I looked her up, and she has another film title that she directed called, I believe it's called The Woods, and she's got some other things that are coming out next year, like a Marvel film and some other things. So I didn't really have anything to look up as far as other work, really. Went to the theater to see it last night. So anyway, it was directed by Nia DaCosta. She and Jordan Peele, and there was one other person, I believe, William Rosenfeld, I believe that's his name, wrote the screenplay. And, I didn't, like I said, I didn't know anything what to expect. The story was great. The story was really well done, really well written. It had there were a lot of racial undertones in the movie, the original movie, but they were more subtle. In this movie, they're a lot more obvious based on the dialogue you have and the conversations that are going on. And I really, in a way, I really like that because it makes you reflect more upon the original to remember those undertones being there. It was more of a you had to sort of figure it out. You had to sort of notice it. And here they're made more obvious. A lot of horror tropes that are slightly different than the usual horror tropes you get in horror films. So the story was very well written. The cinematography was fantastic. I have not seen good cinematography like that in a long time. There were so many cool shots, just different types of shots, and of course a lot of mirror work. Since Candyman, you say it in the mirror. There's a lot of cool shots as far as that goes. There was some good gore. It had some good gore. They had a really cool thing they did to tell backstory instead of using flashbacks. They used these like uh, paper puppets that were connected with wires, and that was really cool in and of itself. The paper puppets that they used for the backstory telling. So yeah, it had a great story, great cinematography, great kills. Gore was good. And then there are some really cool reveals and surprises in this movie. And I'm not going to give any more of it away. This was a really good movie. In fact, there wasn't really anything I disliked about it. Um, I thought it's not really a remake. It's more of a direct sequel to the first film. So I liked that about it. I liked all the tie-ins. It was just very good, and I would encourage you to go check it out. It was well worth the watch, well worth the trip to the movies. Um, yeah, like I said, nothing bad about it. You can't go wrong with Candyman. And that's all I'm going to say about it. Check it out if you haven't already. Um, Candyman, 4 out of 5 for me. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you like these videos, give me a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on Instagram at Amy's Autopsy Report, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Oh, yeah. Don't say Candyman.